When Dan Willis is looking for a bite, he heads to Fishtown for eclectic American fare, cold-cut hoagies, and a couple of rounds of pool. Whether you want a quick sandwich at lunch or a unique cocktail at dinner, he recommends Middle Child Clubhouse.
Middle Child Clubhouse is an all-day cafe and bistro. We do classic American dishes, just sort of like with an updated twist. Fun, never funny, quirky, but not like silly or goofy. So yeah, I think Clubhouse is just, you know, exactly about the feeling of a clubhouse. It's the kind of place where like you could hang out and play pool and have a beer, but also have a really good meal. You could sort of do whatever you want here. So yeah, we really want people to like use this space however they see fit, you know, to be able to come here and hang out and use it as a bar, or be able to bring friends from out of town to impress them, and that's sort of like how we think about this space. So we've got 2 new head chefs in place this year that the whole team is very excited about having. Sam Henze is going to be our dinner time head chef, and Edwin De La Rosa is going to be our AM, breakfast and lunch head chef. You know, this year the food has just gotten exponentially better, and I'm really, really excited for people to try it.
Dan, Middle Child is this nostalgic, playful clubhouse, as the name indicates. Why did you pick it?
It's a group of people who have a lot of attention to detail with food, drinks, all the way down to like graphic design. Just like really smart branding and really creative food. When I heard that they were starting a traditional sit-down restaurant, I had to try it. So I went there after getting a bonus from work and splurged on the tasting menu, but it did not disappoint. It was really fantastic food that feels familiar and strange at the same time.
With this tasting menu, you kicked it off with the burrata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was sort of a stewed strawberry situation with a burrata and some Calabrian chilies, and it was served with their house-made focaccia. The focaccia was nice and salty on the crust. The strawberries were wonderfully sweet and jammy, and overall gave the impression of maybe some kind of strawberry cream cheese bagel, which is, you'll see a recurring theme at Middle Child, is that it's an unusual route to a familiar destination. It's childhood foods, but something's off about them in the best way possible.
You wouldn't expect some of the ingredients to come together, like the latke, which is served up like an okonomiyaki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that has katsuobushi, scallion, kewpie, unagi, but it's on top of like almost a potato pave, like a weird deep-fried potato brick. I would not call it a latke if you served it to me, but it's so creative and cool.
Natalie, how did you start your meal?
We had the fries, and we also had...
Was it the zucchini au
The
poivre?
zucchini.
Yes.
It was grilled, and it had the pine nuts, and it had some other garlic and everything, very intense. Again, you thinking that there's something simple. I was so surprised at the complex taste that they had and flavors that they had in all of the foods, because I went thinking it was just a sandwich shop. There's layering and layering and layering of flavors.
And how was your zucchini au poivre?
Similar experience. There's a bunch of strange ingredients I probably am going to mispronounce during this segment. Never seen before, but you're trying to get a little bit of everything. I was trying to get, you know, with the zucchini, I was trying to get some of the pickled onions, the pine nuts, the salt. You're trying to get everything in one bite, and it's delicious.
Yes.
You also got a fennel salad. How was it?
Yes, so the fennel salad was great. It was shaved fennel with a, here we go, pear mostarda. There you go. So I told you it was going to happen. And some sliced almonds. It was light. The fennel wasn't, you know, too overbearing. There was a really good acidity with like the dressing. Fantastic way to start the meal.
Natalie, what did you get for your entree?
Buffalo Ranch tofu burger. And if you didn't know it was tofu, you would have never known. The crispiness on the outside was so nice, and the inside was nice and soft, but it wasn't too firm and it wasn't too soft. And the bun was like a brioche bun on the outside with had caramelized onions on it. And then I had the little mayo, the special mayo on the sides that has a little kick to it, a little spice to it. So it was really good.
And how was your entree?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm getting deja vu because I had the same thing. And I agree with you. I think that the texture of tofu can be jiggly at times. It can be really soft and tender, but it had a good meaty chew to it. I think it would fool a lot of people. It was also coated in I think like a cornflake crust, which added a good crispiness to it, a good sweetness.
And Dan, for the next course of your tasting menu, what did you get for your entree?
The main for the tasting menu was a rib chop, pork chop with vinegar peppers. Really just classic, simple kind of Italian-American preparation. But I have to say, with the tasting menu, even though it's a little pricier, they don't skimp on the portions. You're going to leave full. I think might have even been too much food, but I think it was about 1.5 inches thick, bone-in chop, right off the grill, delicious.
And just as the menu is very playful, the cocktails and mocktails are also very playful. Natalie, you tried the dreamsicle, it was called?
Yes.
Yeah. How was it?
Oh, I thought I was eating a creamsicle. And it was carrot juice. Carrot juice is the base, but it really brought back memories and that flavor. It was on point. It was perfectly.
It really does flash you back to your childhood.
It does. It did. It certainly did.
And Daniel, you tried a mocktail as well?
Cocktail.
Oh, okay. This time you went cocktail.
This time I went
see.
cocktail. And actually, it wasn't even me. It was my wife. She ordered the Mezcal Jungle Bird. Which is a tequila drink, and there's pineapple in it.
Yeah, Concord grape is in there too.
And then hibiscus.
Yeah, hibiscus.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on there. Like I said, my wife ordered it, but it quickly came over to my side.
Well, you have to share. That's the rule of check, please,
Yes.
is if you dine with people, then you have to try everything.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how are your cocktails, Dan?
Wonderful. I was there with a friend, and we tried a lot of the drinks menu. Is wonderful beer selection, wine selection, and really creative cocktails. The two I really want to highlight is their House Red is a super Tuscan, which I believe means it's a varietal of grape that's maybe associated with New World winemaking, like Cab Sauv or something, but made in Tuscany. And that's delicious and one of the more affordable things on the drinks menu. Highly recommend the House Red. But then the cocktail that blew my mind was a riff on a blended pina colada. So it was like a tropical slushy drink, but it had a very minty Alpine Amaro in there that I thought made it taste like a Swiss herbal cough drop in a really wonderful way.
Natalie, what did you get for dessert?
The key lime pie. Oh my. When she started walking towards us with this mile-high slice of pie, and it was delicious. It wasn't overly tart. The cream on the top was perfect, and the actual crust was graham cracker. You can't go wrong with a graham cracker.
Classic.
Classic, homemade, fresh, delicious.
Natalie, what did you think of the decor and the ambiance of the Middle Child Clubhouse? Because it does kind of have a clubhouse feel.
It does, it does. And we just kept thinking, the chairs and everything were comfortable, the tables were comfortable, but it just reminded you of when you used to watch the Brady Bunch or something on television. And like, here's the pool table over here, and someone was having a private event, and when they opened the door, you could see the crystal ball spinning around in the top. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I have to have a private event. Yeah, but it was really cool, really nice. Like you said, old school, like classic, but fun.
And what did you think of the prices? Were they on point?
Yeah, I think given the fact that you are getting, I feel like, high quality ingredients, the food is executed in a way that really makes every bite memorable. Yes, absolutely.
Dan, Middle Child Clubhouse is your pick. Sum it up for us.
Yeah, it's the kind of place where I think if I took my mom there, she would look at the menu and say, can't they do anything normal? But if you're an adventurous eater and you don't mind spending a little more money, it's going to be a very memorable eating experience for anyone, I think.
Natalie, what's your final takeaway?
Great neighborhood spot, fun, energetic. If you want to just go and be happy, have fun, I think that would be a good place to go.
And Daniel, sum it up for us.
Yeah, to echo that, I feel like it's a restaurant that has found a way to pair fun with quality food.
Head to Middle Child Clubhouse, located at 1232 North Front Street in Philadelphia, 267-858-4325. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $30.